Dear Linda, I find I'm on a constant seesaw between hope before a round of fertility treatment and sadness when it doesn't go to plan. How do you deal with managing your expectations around fertility treatment, and how can you stop yourself isolating between hope and despair? Sincerely, Emotional Seesaw.
What is most difficult about being in the emotional seesaw is just the movement in itself. Usually, when we're feeling extreme experiences of isolation, okay, we're feeling isolated, what can we do about it? If we're feeling really in despair, okay, we're feeling despair, what can we do about it? The tricky part about managing the emotional seesaw is, where do I focus my attention? How do I focus on getting through this emotional experience? When you are in the emotional seesaw, my best advice to you is try to slow that seesaw down. Some of the interventions that help us move slower, not just physically, but emotionally, is through breathing, calming our heart rate down, doing things that slowly remove ourselves from the intense emotions and maybe distract ourselves. Like if you're going for a walk, oftentimes we can move through difficult emotions or thoughts better because we hear birds, we smell different smells, we're distracted by other stimulus. So what are those things that can help you slowly move through it? Because nothing will quite take it completely away. Remember, when you're in the emotional seesaw, what we typically do is go inward and try to figure everything out. And I want you to push against that as much as possible and really connect to some community that's also going through this. There's no one who's going through fertility treatment who's not feeling some of this bouncing around as well. To try to connect with other people who may be in the same place. They might not exactly experience exactly what you're experiencing, but just knowing you really are not alone. Definitely want to talk about expectations, but that's going to take a part 2. So follow along for part 2 if you want to hear some of my tips on expectations around fertility treatment.